Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back in the fixed Toyota GR86 at Red Bull National for yet another track guide. If you're new to my channel, welcome. What we do is a hot lap, a breakdown, then we are back in the cockpit one final time, the driving line on. Any questions, let me know in the comments and let's start the hot lap. The main straight, and we're going to get over to the left hand side. We're going to keep our right hand tires in the track. I'm going to brake midway between the 100 and the 50, get up to about 80%, down to second gear, back on the gas at the apex, exit wide, but again we have to keep our right hand tires on the track. Now at the 50 we're going to brake not too hard, only up to about 50%, relatively long trail off, down to second gear, tiny lift after going back on it. And now we're just powering through, getting our left-hand tyres over that curb and then back over to the right-hand side. Basically, if you're watching the chase cam version, anything about an inch to either side of where I am is going to be an off-track. Really making use here. At the 50, on the brakes to about 35%, trail it off, back on the gas in fourth. This is the very limit of where you can go. The end of that flag, back on the gas in third gear. It's a lot easier if I just show you in the breakdown. Right, over and across the line in a 57.003. That's annoying. 3 thousandths faster. I'd have been saying a 56.9. Right, breakdown lap coming up next. Right, so here we are. So we need to open up the corner so we get over to the left-hand side, but we've got to keep the our right-hand tyres on the track. I'm going to start braking midway between the 100 and the 50. Exactly here, I reach a peak of just over 80, well, no, exactly 80%. I trail it off down to the apex here, and I start getting back on the gas just ahead of hitting this curb on the right-hand side. I get up to 100% straight away. And then we exit here. We've got to keep our right-hand tyres on the track. I don't know if it's always been quite as stringent as it is, but I was having awful problems with this corner on exit. Right, at the 50, or just before, we're going to get on the brakes, only up to a maximum of sort of just under 50%. And we're looking for an inside line and a late apex. So we're still trailing off the brake up until now when I'm pointing right at that stand off in the distance, and I go immediately up to sort of 2/3, and then I do a little lift just to get the front rotated or the rear rotated, and then we get back up to 100 around here, up to third gear, and we want to get our left-hand tires up and on this additional sort of asphalt thing that they've put on the grass there. And again, you don't want to be any further over to the right-hand side, and also you don't want to be hitting that grass. It looks like I'm going to hit it, but it's just weird perspective that we have in the cars. I just miss it with that right-hand tyre. So second to last corner, we're going to get on the brakes just before we get to the 50 board, as you can see here. And I reached a peak of sort of 37% here. I'm now going to trail it off and then start picking back up on the gas, really cutting this corner and getting on the gas. So am I up to, no, I'm still on the curb. So basically as I leave the curb, I'm almost up to 100%. And this is as wide as you can go. You've got to keep your right-hand tyres on the white and green rumble strip that we have there. And our final braking marker, we've got this big Austrian flag over to the left of us, painted on the asphalt. And it's as we get to the end of it, we get on the brakes. Again, only up to about 50%. Short trail off. We get back on the gas just ahead of this apex curb here, and we're on 100% as we hit it. It's going to send us out wide, and once again, we're going to keep our right-hand tyres on the rumble strip that you have there, the green and the white. And over and across the line we go. 57 flat, nice quick lap, and we got one final version coming up next with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy.